Hey, good morning, friends. This is Sriharsha from Crazy Money Tree. Today is 16th of March, and let's see what's happening in the market. If you're still not a part of my YouTube channel, go ahead, like the video, subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon so that you will get all the latest notifications. So let's get started, guys. So yesterday, what I gave you the levels. In fact, we started off within the first 5 minutes. It was breaking that, and market was quite negative, and it only in the last 2 3 hours it has actually been able to somehow sustain. Mainly the banks have been almost able to cover all the sell off which had happened, so that's a remarkable thing. So my eyes will be more on the bank nifty than the nifty, though nifty and bank nifty both are actually quite strong. But if I have to look at the way Bank Nifty has bounced back, I think Bank Nifty has much more strength and much more potential, and that can actually lead this particular rally. So, as I've been telling you guys, this is a bull market, and these corrections probably can come, but until unless we are able to sustain this and maintain this, I don't see any problem. So whatever selling has happened, I see a good amount of buying also has happened. So the only thing is we need to continue this momentum. See, 15,000 is very important level for Nifty. As long as we hold 15,000 and start trading above that, I think there should be we should be able to recover all the losses which we have actually made in the last few days. And I think we should 15,200, 300 are going to be very, very strong resistances. That is where the bulls needs to break that barrier. Until it's not going to break, probably we will be in this range itself, 14,800 at the lower end, 15,200, 300 at the higher end. Probably will be in this range for quite some time until unless we break this. So there is quite a reason why actually things could happen more favorably. So let's see what all things are there and let's understand everything in detail. So for today, I'm looking at 14,900, 14,950 as a support, and the resistance is 15,000, 15,050. See, if we actually are trading above 15,050 and hold that, I think there is all the scope for it to move higher. So we need to actually see good buying interest coming in. That is what is going to take the prices higher. So if it is above 15,050, I think the uh, yesterday's selling pressure is taken out, and above that is actually a fresh buying needs to come to sustain this whole thing. And from the point of view of Bank Nifty, 14,800, sorry, 34,800, 35,000, these are going to act as very strong support. 35,300, 35,500, these are going to act as a very important resistance at this point of time. Once we are able to take this out, I think there is a good scope for the prices to move higher. 36,000, as long as we can cross 36,000 and sustain above that, I think Bank Nifty is going to break all the barriers and move much more higher. See, some of the news which are there is one is the PSU Banks NPAs have come down, which is a positive factor. And apart from that, anyway, because of the stimulus, you have been seeing the kind of rally which is happening in the US, and is continuing to happen across the board. It is actually rallying. So let's actually see what all things are there. Yesterday, again, Dow Jones has made an all-time new high. S&P is also made all-time new high. Russell's is also very, very close to that. Dow Jones has, sorry, the Nasdaq only has a lot more scope because it has fallen quite a lot. And if you look at the European markets, they were quite flattish. So I don't see any major negative factor as that. It was because they have been rallying quite a bit. There's some actually profit booking which has happened, but I think it has all the potential to move much more higher from here. And let's look at what actually we are starting. We are starting with the market somewhere around 15,000 level. So as long we are above this, I think it's a very good design. And as long as the bulls are going to continue to support and actually take the prices higher, they have all the potential to take it higher. And today, there are a couple of data which are there. One is this German economic sentiment. This is one data which is going to come, and the core retail sales number. This is going to come in the US. So this is something which is to be watched out. They're expecting a dip in this, and if it's going to improve, I think there's going to be much more positive for the market. And even otherwise, I don't think it will take anything very seriously. It will actually shrug it off. There could be some sell off and then it could shrug it off. So gold, I have been telling you, we're at a very strong support. So it has started actually moving up. So now most important thing is the 47,000, 48,000 on the Indian market. It has to break. Only then actually there is some scope, or else there will be a sell-off which is going to come off from there. So right now it is actually riding on to the price. So let's actually see how long it is going to sustain this. One good factor is crude is somehow cooling off. Now for crude, if it starts trading below $60 is what we can actually assume that there's a top which is being made. So as of now, there is some cool off, which is a good factor. It is actually stopped going higher. That is something which we have to see. But will it again go higher? Anything is possible, because as of now still the prices are still good. As of now, I'm not going to go short or long anything. I'm not going to trade until unless I'm more interested in shorting, but only after I get an opportunity. And let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has actually made a good sell-off for the last 2 days. There's a big sell-off after we had the euphoric 60,000 mark. After that, there's a good amount of sell-off which has happened. See, we need to see if see, we probably again it can get into a range kind of thing. 47,000, 50,000 are going to act as a important support zones now. So let's see if there could be a bounce back, which could always happen. As of now, there looks like a double top formation which is there. Probably a top is formed. We need to see how actually it is going to sustain, or actually there could be a sizable correction. We need, the only time is going to tell. See, 50,000, 47,000, 50,000, these levels, around these levels actually there is a support. If it breaks, I think there could be a good amount of sell off, which is quite possible in Bitcoin, as it has moved up quite a lot. So most important point is the bond yields. They have actually started easing off. As long they are cooling off, I think everything is looking okay. But any point of time spike is always possible in this. But since the spike is going to actually have effect, especially on the Asian countries or the developing countries, there is always a scope, which is something which we have to be beware of. But let's see. So this is going to create volatility in the market if anything is going to happen. And finally, to do with the USD INR, we are looking to come back at the same support levels. So we need to see if the support is going to break, or we are going to get into a sideways zone, or again a spike up is going to happen. These are some of the things which we'll be closely watching. If we break this down, I think it is a fantastic thing. That means more money is going to come into India. If it is going to even be in the sideways, perfectly fine. But if it gives any spike, this is going to create some amount of sell-off in the market. So we need to be a bit aware of that. So guys, overall, for what I'm be telling you, I'm still bullish market. I don't see any major change which has happened in the market. It's only that buyers are more selective. They are not ready to buy at any random prices. They want to buy at a good possible price. So that's what is happening in the market. Apart from that, I don't see any other challenge. And the prices are bound to move higher. So there are some news which are going to come because of the FOMC meet and all. And you can see the US market has been rallying. So I think there will be a good amount of rally, which is quite possible. 15,200, 300 are going to act as a resistance. If we break that, I think there is a good amount of rally which is pending. Thank you very much, guys. If you have been liking this video, go ahead, like the video, subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon, and I'll actually see you tomorrow. And please share this with all your friends, relatives, and actually spread this all across on WhatsApp, Telegram, on all the social media platforms.